Hey guys, Jake at TOMS Bronco Parts. I wanted to go over something that we have asked a lot, and that's about the 12-piece door felt kit. Basically, a lot of people have questions on the orientation of the felt itself. Which one is the driver, passenger, lower, front? You know, maybe you got your Bronco and the doors were already disassembled, so you don't have anything to go off of. So in each door, you would have two of the stopper brackets. One stopper bracket would sit and be bolted in using the inside of the door. So imagine this is the driver's side. A bolt head is going to come from the inside of the shell and hold this in place. When your glass track comes down, it's going to rest on this bump, and that's going to keep your glass track from coming down too far and possibly coming off the track. So if these are worn, you know, you have a possibility of your regulator actually coming off the track of the glass track. The other bracket is held in like this. So it's rotated, and it actually retains the front felt. So this is the lower front driver track. The upper bolt is hidden behind the door panels. You can't see that bolt head if you have panels installed. The lower, however, is held in like so. So you would bolt this in place. The track then would be held in, bolted to this bracket. So on these lower front felts, this standoff goes to the inside. So this would be the driver and this would be the passenger if we're looking at them, because they're going to be sitting in the front of the door, and this will be to the inside of the vehicle. The rear felt is a little more difficult to tell the difference between driver and passenger. So you can tell it's the rear because it has this standoff, and if you opened up your door, your latch would be sitting here, let's say, and you would have a bolt through the shell, and that's what's holding it in below the latch and above the latch. So this is how it's oriented, top, bottom. And if you look at them, if you hold the felt level, this has a slight slant to it. If it's facing to the left, it's the passenger. And if it's facing to the right, the slant going downward towards the right, it's the driver. So this would be our driver felt, be held in like this. Open your door, look at the back edge of your door, right below your latch, you'd have a bolt head here and a bolt head here. The upper felt is pretty easy. There's two different lengths if you look from the 90-degree angle here. This is the shorter length, actually goes down in the back of the door frame, and the longer length goes towards the top with this flap sitting above inside the top of the vent window. Your vent window track sits in your vent window with this upward and this being pressed into the back of the vent window channel. So that's pretty straightforward. Another one that can confuse people are the anti-rattlers. So you have two that, if we're looking at them here, have the clips spaced off slightly. If we have the chrome facing up, all the felt facing away from us, the clips are spaced off, you know, about an inch from the right-hand side, and two that are bottom down on the right-hand side. So if I take them and take one with the clip all the way and one with the clips bottomed out, and I flip them, now with the chrome up, I have two that have the clip all the way to the back. And when the clip's all the way to the back, that's going to be to the rear of the door. So right now, this would be your driver outer, clip all the way to the back, up, driver inner. Then you would take them and move them over, passenger outer, passenger inner. So the driver outer is the passenger inner, and the driver inner is the passenger outer. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take these over and show you guys where they go in the door, just to make sure we have everything clarified. So if you're looking at Lonnie's Bronco here, and you take a look at it, this bolt head here and bolt head here are for the stopper bracket. So this one would have the bump in it, and it would be resting down. This one would actually connect the lower front track, which is this here. So the passenger lower front track would sit in like so, the bracket facing inboard. So the bolt head that would attach here is behind the panel, and then this would connect to the bracket. The rear, you can see, has the bolt head here, and that would attach the rear bracket. The vent window felt, like I said, pushes in the back of the vent window, pretty straightforward. The upper channel, you can hold it up and see that the longer portion has to be back here and fits in the channel there. Then the anti-rattlers, they would sit with the clip to the outside back. So that'd be a passenger outer and a passenger inner, like so. The way I like to install them is to get all my lower glass tracks in hand tight, leave them slightly loose. My anti-rattlers in, vent window felt in, upper felt in, and leave everything hand tight. And I'll roll my window down. You know, have your panel off, roll your window down, make sure everything's going down nice and smooth. Get my window about halfway down so it's between the upper tracks and the lower tracks, and it's riding up and down smooth. And then once I feel that it's aligned appropriately, I will go ahead and tighten all my bolt heads up for the tracks. So hopefully that clarifies some things. If you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to give us a call here at TOMS.